And now for another special story, that of India's first paraclimbing champion.
And one such person who actually put his disabilities aside and rose across all sort of challenges and wrote his inspiring journey for himself in the Indian sports climbing scene, the very inspiring sports climber of India, Manikandan Kumar. So hi and welcome to the Firefly Adda, your virtual conversation starter, a platform where we showcase views and insights from thought leaders and experts from different walks of life. Today's episode is very special as we talk about our champions of our nation and talk about sports in general, and sports climbing would be our focus as a discipline, rather. Hi, Mani, and welcome to the Firefly Adda.
Hi, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing really great, Mani, and thank you so much. It's such an honor and privilege to be hosting you on this platform. I've been reading about your stories on newspapers, and in fact, rather, following you on Instagram as well in terms of how you actually sort of practice and how your journey actually has been so far. And
Yeah,
to say the least, it has actually been really really inspiring, and that is actually what prompted me to approach you and request you to come to this platform and share your insights. So with that
yes.
in mind, Mani, so we'll just go deep into our conversation. And to begin with, I think you don't need much of an introduction. Most of the people in the sports fraternity already know you. In the Indian,
Yes.
sports fraternity already know you. You are actually a mark of a true champion. So how did you actually climb this ladder of success, and can you maybe talk us through your initial journey in life and your inspiration to become a national and international sports climbing champion?
Yeah. So 2002 is when I started my climbing career. So this happened when I had gone for the adventure camp in Ramnagar, which is about 50 kilometers from Bangalore. There's also a famous movie, Sholay, was
Yeah.
shot in Ramnagar.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was fortunate to be there, and then so that's when I got introduced to climbing. And then so I really liked it. And then the instructor who was at the campsite, like at the end, said, if you guys are interested, why don't you come and pay a visit, or you can try sport climbing. We said okay. We were a bunch of friends, and then we went. There's a wall in Bangalore,
Hmm.
next to Reserve Bank, and that's where we went and we tried climbing. And then yeah, as soon as I went, I saw somebody who's climbing really high. I'm like, oh, what that person is doing, it's so high.
Hmm.
Is everything safe? I'm like, in natural we see a boulder which is small, or maybe 10 feet or something, but climbing wall is about 50 feet or 45 feet or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, I didn't expect that, but I expect that. But yeah, I was really excited actually. I'm like, okay, let me go and climb. And then I met few people who climb there regularly. And then I went and introduced myself, and then told them I was part of this camp. And then I mentioned the instructor name. And yeah, then came to know, okay, good, very good. I said, can I climb? I said, yes, why not? You can climb. And then all I could do is like I could climb 2 3 boats. And then they said, okay, yeah, I keep on continuing. Then I liked it. So somehow I really wanted to, you know, go there regularly, and then keep trying my best, see if I can climb higher, and see how it goes. Yeah, that's how it started. So yeah.
So it's been 18 years, 2002 up until now, if you actually look at the
Yes.
journey. So it has been really tremendous. And I think you have gone through so much in terms of, being recognized as one of the international champions and, being recognized as the national champion as well for India. So
Yeah.
how did you realize you were actually made for this sport? And, what were the challenges you faced? I believe you have a disability as well. Did that ever,
Yeah.
bother you in chasing your dreams?
I was affected with the polio when I was 5 years old, but that did not stop me from what I want to do in my life.
Not really. When I started climbing, I mean, even during the school days, I was really interested in sports. So I used to play kabaddi, football, cricket, all those stuff. So when I really started climbing, so I wanted to make a career out of it. So I want to stick to some sport which I know that I can put my effort, work hard, and then do do the best. And that's how I remember we did a um documentary based on rock climbing. So we climbed in Hampi, Badami, and all. And then I remember saying that one day I want to become a world champion. You know,
Mhm.
so after 6 months of climbing,
Mhm.
after 6 months of climbing, I don't know where and how that started. Right.
Mhm.
So somebody was interviewing me, taking my interview, and then I'm like, in the end, I said, yeah, one day I want to become a world champion. And then I never really thought that I will get stuck to that dream and then I really achieve it.
Mhm.
I'm really happy about it. But I had to pay the price. Like wait, keep on waiting for that dream. Don't I never uh, thought of giving up on my dream. So it took me like 10 years. 2002 is when I started climbing. So 2012 is when I represented India at the World Championship in Paris. So that was my first international competition.
Mhm.
So I went there alone, did everything on my own. So I knew that this is my best chance because this is what I've been dreamed of, and this is what I worked hard for. So I should not let this go opportunity. And
Mhm.
then I make use of this opportunity, and then I went all out. That's what I trained hard for. So everything went well. The first day qualification happened, so I did really well. Made it to the finals, and then went back to the hotel. Told myself like, okay, this is a chance. This is it.
Mhm.
I can never get a better chance than this. You're into the World Championship finals, which nobody else made it ever in the Indian history. So there can never be a better chance for you to prove what you are good at. So next day was the finals. So I went all out. I was in the isolation. Kept on telling myself after observing the route, like this is it. I'm going all out, and then I'll do my best. Let's see what happens. So I finished my climbing, came down, I knew that I was second, if not first, or if not third. I knew that I was second because
Mhm.
I was the highest. So when I came down, meanwhile I met the Brazilian guy in the isolation. So we
Mhm.
become a good friends. Okay, his coach was the results announcement board. Okay, so I didn't even bother to go there. So I was just I assumed that I'm second. So I was waiting for official, results to be announced. And then that guy, the Brazilian coach, came and told me that you're first. You're first. I'm like, what? Am I first? What? I'm a world champion. Oh my God! I've achieved my dream.
Yeah.
That was I cannot put that in words, but I'm like I was really happy and I don't know. It's really difficult to put it in words. It's really difficult to put it because I'm the first Indian to become a world champion in the Indian history. So I mean that too, like first attempt. It was my first attempt. That to a world championship. I had no coaches, no physio, no doctor, nothing. All I did by myself because I had that goal to become a world
Mhm.
champion. That's what drove me to be a world champion.
But then 2012 World Championship is my turning point in my life. It's my dream to win an Olympic medal for my country in 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and it's an honor. Not many people would get to realize or stand on that podium to realize, you're on top of the world.
Absolutely, such a fantastic and monumentous, occasion for you. So it took
Yeah.
you almost like 10 years, 2002 to 2012, to actually feature
Yes.
into one of the first international events. So 10 years of persistence,
Yeah.
diligence and determination, practicing day in and day out to actually achieve
Yeah.
that dream. Amazing. Kudos to you. We're all really proud of you, and we really salute you for that. So,
Thank you so much.
so yeah, coming back to this particular sport, which is sports climbing. So, how has your support system been, right from home? Were your folks really encouraging, to pursue this sport? Because not many in India really know much about the sport, and it is actually something which is really new and unique to a lot of people. So how has the support system been for you so far, right from the government to the sports authorities in India to your own parents? So have they really been supportive, and have they been encouraging you all the time, considering the finances which are actually required, maybe lack of training facilities in India, and the logistics and the other challenges? So how have you been
Yeah.
able to cope up this far?
To be honest, like those 10 years was really hard for me because I wasn't, I come from a middle class family or maybe lower than that. So it wasn't really, what do you say, easy to deal with my parents, because I told them that I wanna, make a career out of this sport, and then I could, make a life out of it. And then they were like, that's all fine, but then you should somehow try and support us, and then give us some money every month or something whenever you could, and then that's how you could, that'll be very helpful. And I tried my best, and somehow used to go for I used to do like outdoor camps where you
Mhm.
get money for being an instructor there. So
Mhm.
that's how I could earn money, and then live my life like that. So that's how somehow I used to manage, but it wasn't difficult. Always they'll come up with some question. Oh, what are you doing? What is this nonsense? We're not doing well. You're not giving us enough money. This is not good enough. What are you doing? Like, where your life is heading? Also, like usual parents concern,
Mhm.
like that is there. So it was never really easy to really to manage with them.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I used to get angry also. I'm like, okay, I told you what I'm going to do already, so I want to make a career out of it. But somehow managed to pull all the stunts for
Mhm.
those 10 years. And
Mhm.
then when I really got the chance to represent India, uh, I didn't even tell my parents that I'm going for a world championship.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a big thing for anybody, any country, any athletes. Representing your country at a world championship level is a big thing.
It's huge, and you actually went there and you won the championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even tell them that I'm going for a world champ. I just told them I'm going out of station. I'll be back in 2 weeks. They're like, okay, be safe and then come back safely. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I said. So I went there. Everything won. So I won the world championship. The press people went to my home and then told my
Mhm.
parents that I had won a world championship gold medal. They're like, what? He's not here. He's out of country. हमको पता ही नहीं. ये कहाँ से भाग गए? ये तो बोला दो हफ्ते के लिए बाहर जा रहा है. ये देश छोड़ के चला गया.
Mm.
Competition पे हमको पता ही नहीं है. They were
Mm.
really shocked. And then my mom was like, is that a real gold? That was her question. Is that a real gold?
Mm. Mm.
Paraclimbing as a sport in India receives next to no attention. But Manikandan Kumar is trying to put an end to that. And he's also beginning to show people how a disability can be overcome. Mani was diagnosed with polio when he was just 5. Despite the setback, he carried on with his great love for sports and eventually zeroed in on climbing.
It was nice. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I think sport climbing is still a minority sports that compared to other sports.
Mhm.
So it's still growing up. So it wasn't easy to deal with sports. So I somehow stuck to my dream, and then kept on working hard. Never gave up the dream, and then today I'm here as a world champion, and I'm really happy that I could achieve that. But yeah, if you have any questions, yeah.
So great. I mean, fantastic. So you spoke from your, perspective from your parents. Now, how about the government and the sports authorities, and the other logistics and facilities, right from the financing aspect? And were there challenges? Were there some sort of challenges around those areas as well that you had to face?
Yeah. So initially there were lots of problems. Even when I was going for the world championship, so I approached state government. I approached I I was working as a coach as well. So I had few students. So their parents also contributed a little bit. And then Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation, they sponsored my flight ticket. So that was my main concern. Like flight ticket was my main concern. Who's gonna sponsor? How am I gonna pull the money? Somehow I approached the Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation. So they agreed to sponsor me after seeing my achievements and the invitation letter and all. And then I was quite relieved that finally I could go to France and then achieve my dream. So that's it. The road was difficult. I think it's still difficult, but it's better. It's better now. It's not difficult. It's better now. It's better now. State government does help, but it's not like huge. It's not like huge. I still have to go approach them, tell them that I'm going for all these competitions. I need funding. So they will either sponsor me tickets or they'll take care of the rest of some like hotel stuff or mostly I'll ask for tickets only. That is what is expensive for me. So now what happens? Sometimes they'll give me before I leave, or sometimes they'll give me once I reimburse. Like the flight tickets and all. Then they'll reimburse me. So that's how it is. Otherwise, the sport is growing, but like more publicity is needed. I'm doing my bit. So I've been. I started my coaching career in 2016 6. So it's been almost 14 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 14 years. Yeah, it's been 14 years. So I've trained many of the best climbers in the country. I'm still training some of the youngsters who can go on to achieve, go on to represent India and win medals for India. So that dream will come true for sure, because that is what I'm working hard towards. Growing the sport in the country is very important now. So it has to be a big platform. So visibility has to be more. So let's see how it goes. Let's see.
No, I'm sure it'll be great, because you are actually owning the responsibility of being the ambassador of the sport, and who better can it actually be, other than you. So thank you so much, and kudos to you once again, for taking the sport, all the way through towards the youngsters and making them aware and understand, what the sport is all about. So 2012 IFSC para climbing World Championship in Paris. That is what we were talking about, and that is where you actually won your gold for India. So was that your turning point in your life?
Definitely, because that changed my life. That changed how climbers in India think about climbing. People would have never thought about winning a World Championship medal. If somebody represents at the World Championship level, may be happy. Even if they make it to the next level, they'll be happy. But I don't know anybody would have thought of winning a World Championship gold medal. So I was like, I went and proved that everything is possible. You have to chase a dream, no matter what. Never ever give up. Never. If you don't believe in your dreams, nobody else will. Right?
Yeah.
So that's if somebody see you work hard, chase your dream, I'm sure they'll come and do their bit. They'll at least support you. Okay, this guy is actually doing something. He's actually behind something. Let's do our bit and then see how far he can reach. And that's how people help me. People still help me. So I'm really happy that I could have all those people who still help me, who still believe in me. Because I keep competing. I'm the only person from India who represent in a whole season since 2012. So I go for all the competitions. Most of the competition I go. So very few times I've come back with medals. Otherwise, with the medals only I come back. So that's a kind of mindset I go with. Like when I go for a competition, yes, I have to come back with medal. After World Championship, the colors of the medals didn't matter, but I still wanted to become a world champion again, but that did not happen. But I'm happy that I could win 4 World Championship medals out of 5 World Championship. I am also the first Indian to represent India at 5 World Championship.
Wow.
So, in the history. So nobody has done it ever. And proud to have won 4 medals out of 5 World Championships. So that's really awesome. Also, so I have won about 5 gold medals, 11 silver medals or 12 silver medals, and then 3 bronze medals.
So that makes it 18 international medals, right?
18. Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. So 18 international medals and counting. So what next? Are we looking at Tokyo Olympics as well? Is that something which is there in your radar?
Yes, now for me, the ultimate goal is to win an Olympic medal,
Hmm.
so whether it's a Tokyo or the Paris one or the Los Angeles one. So as long as I don't achieve my target, I will keep on continuing. So I'm not going to give up. So
Hmm.
that is the only thing which I have not won yet. So the ultimate goal is to win an Olympic medal. So I will work hard for that. So,
Fantastic. Our prayers and encouragement is always there with you. The whole nation is with you. So I think you have to, gun for the gold at Tokyo as well.
His sole focus is the World Championships in Paris next year and the Tokyo Olympics too, if paraclimbing is included there. Big dreams, but money proves no mountain is high enough if you have the will to succeed.
So great.
definitely.
Coming back to the point around infrastructure in India, especially for a sport like this, like sport climbing. So it's not really up to
Yes.
international standards. So how do you manage and overcome these barriers and, keep yourself motivated? I see you practicing at the Kandiva Stadium. There's a huge,
Yes.
rock climbing wall there. So
Yeah.
do you actually get demotivated to see the facilities are not up to international standards?
Definitely, you feel bad because now I travel all around the world, climbed at the best walls around the world. But when I come back to Bangalore and then go to Kandiva Stadium, that wall is not up to the international standard. But whatever is there,
Hmm.
I make sure that I can try not to complain
Hmm.
because that's what I have. So I have
Yeah.
to somehow manage with that. So complaining isn't going to help me perform better.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now I actually go to Austria because Austria has got one of the best walls in the world. So now whenever I have a bigger events, I go to Austria, train there for 20 days or a month, and then go for the championship. So that's how I could win all those medals. Yeah, so infrastructures in the country needs to be upgraded. So yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Hmm.
So I will try. Yeah, I will try and. Uh, in fact, I'm building my own climbing setup, which is
Wow.
called bouldering.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is called bouldering. So yeah, so that will be up and running by maybe July, first week of July,
Hmm.
first week of July. So that's kind of international standard. So that is something that will help the next generation to come and train with me, so that they don't have to travel to because not many people can afford to go
Hmm.
to foreign countries and then train. So it's better if I can provide a better facility,
Hmm.
people can come and train here and then go when they go for a competition, they're better prepared like that.
Fantastic, fantastic. So sport climbing in itself, takes place in three different categories. One is lead climbing, one is speed climbing, and the other one is bouldering. And you are an
Yes.
expert at lead climbing. So is that your core
Yes.
focus amongst the all three areas? And can you maybe, talk through what these three different categories are one by one?
Yeah, speed climbing is all about how fast you can climb.
Hmm.
So there's identical routes on the both side. So two climbers will be there. Who climbs fast, and then there's a buzzer on top along
Hmm.
with the timing. As soon as you reach the top, you tap as fast as you can, and
Hmm.
then the time will stop. So whoever has got the least time wins the race. Okay, the bouldering
Yeah.
is all about the wall height will be about 15 feet, maximum 16. So there's enough padding for that, and
Hmm.
then the routes will be hard. So whoever manages to top the routes with the least attempt wins the competitions.
Hmm.
And then lead about the lead competitions held on 15-meter high wall. So again, the routes will be difficult, and then people who reaches the maximum point or who tops it. So if there is two tops, and then if there are two times, if there is a tie, then the tie will be uh, broke down by timings.
Hmm.
Whoever climbed fastest.
Yep.
Yeah. So now, yeah. So the rules have been kept on improving
Hmm.
because the climbers are climbing really well nowadays. So yeah. So they come up with new ideas so that it's fair enough for all the athletes like that. So people are aware of the rules and regulations when there is a tie. So that makes it fair. So that okay, you are aware of it. If there is a tie, time will come into force. All the stuff and
Hmm.
all is there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Now, coming back to maybe a couple of more questions, or rather three questions, which I actually have in mind. So, what lies ahead? What is the road ahead looking like for Manikandan? What kind of challenges do you see, foresee rather, in terms of maybe the next set of events or anything that you may want to talk about from a futuristic point of view?
Yeah, for me, I will be very happy if I could I could train more people or help others to go for more international competitions, do their best, and then see if they can win a medal for India. No, that is the biggest challenge for other Indians who's facing. So, like I said, like you really need to have a plan, you really need to have a goal, and then start working towards it. So everything has to come together. If you don't have a dream, if you don't have a particular goal, then the picture is blank,
Hmm.
so you don't know what to do. So I would like to be somebody who can tell them, because I've competed in most of the competitions. I've seen all of the competitions.
Hmm.
I've won most of the competition. So I know how to handle pressure in the competition.
Hmm.
I know how to be in a competition. Like how to prepare yourself for a competition, all
Hmm.
this stuff. So that is something that I'm looking forward. Along with that, apart from that, like yeah, I want to win more medals, and
Hmm.
then yes, of course, that'll happen. So I'm not sure whether any competitions going to be held this year.
Hmm.
I'm sure one World Cup will be held,
Hmm.
maybe post October or something, which I will go for sure. Otherwise, yes, like I said, winning Olympic medal is the current thing. Along with that, improve other people also, make sport climbing more popular in India, and then see what can be done. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And kudos to you for letting us know what your future aspirations are. So coming back to the lockdown, so
Yeah,
how
yeah.
hard has this been for you in terms of your training, and how has it affected you mentally, if at all?
It's been a very difficult time for all of us, not in terms of sports athlete
Yeah.
perspective. All of us. So I don't know how many people manage to deal with it. I don't know how many people are gone into depression. I don't know how many
Hmm.
people need support. So lots of stuff is there. I don't know. I try my best to be uh, like don't get into that negative mind.
Hmm.
Okay, even if I'm not climbing, it's okay, because problem is for everybody. Even
Hmm.
if I don't work hard for every now and then, I work hard. I mean, I do a little bit of workouts, but other than that, without climbing, like if I climb, that's like peaceful for me. So I need to climb. So that's my rituals every day.
Hmm.
That is what I'm made of. So I need to climb every day. So if
Hmm.
I don't climb, the question mark is, what are you going to do?
Hmm.
You don't know anything apart from climbing.
Yeah.
Every now and then I do a little bit of workouts, and then so yeah. So I'm also partially supported by Red Bull. So I
Hmm.
do now and then creative activity with the Red Bull
Yeah.
cans. You must have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen a lot of
So
your videos on Instagram, especially the Red Bull ones, especially the pull-up ones. I don't know how many pull-ups you can actually do in a minute. So is there something that you
okay.
want to maybe talk about, that the number of pull-ups that you do in a minute?
Now I can do little less, but
Mhm.
earlier I could pull up. I could do pull up. I mean, I could do 50 pull-ups in no time
Wow.
without stopping.
Wow.
Yeah, without stopping, and then I used to do one arm pull-up, three pull-ups.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fantastic,
So yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, that's good. Yes, that's good. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And that requires a lot of strength, because I myself, try my hand at, doing a pull-up, and with greatest difficulty, I can actually do about 8 or 9 and
Okay.
not more than that. And you talk about 50 in a minute, it's like,
Okay.
awesome. So great.
Okay.
So
Nice. Nice. No problem. Yeah.
one final one for you, Manikandan. So one success
Yeah.
mantra, for the audience to take away. All of us have been in this, lockdown. A lot of people have been anxious, depressed, stressed out.
Yeah.
So any positive
Yeah.
thoughts that you would want to leave for the audience to, pep them up?
I think all of us have a dream. So everybody will have a different kind of dream. And then I would say is work really hard. There's no shortcut to achieve your dream. So never give up on your dream or hope. Never lose hope, no matter what. So today may be a bad day for you, but tomorrow can be a better day for you.
Hmm.
You never know. So you need to always look forward, and then keep chasing what is there. Like keep digging. If you want to reach somewhere, you need to find a path. If the roads are closed, I'm sure there'll be some other paths where you can it may be difficult in the beginning, but eventually you will find a better path ahead. Okay, so never lose hope. Like it can be anybody. It can be anybody. So
Mhm.
it can be artists. It can be athletes. It can be people who work at IT companies. Anybody. So try to keep yourself occupied. So try not to be alone. Like if you have any problem, tell your friends, family, your parents, tell them, they'll give you suggestion. They'll help you out. So if you have any problem, keeping quiet will not any good for you.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's better to tell people. So that that way you will feel like, okay, I had a problem, I told somebody. So whatever happens, let it happen.
Yeah.
Rather than keeping it, what if I tell them, they'll feel bad. All this, you, you shouldn't do that,
Yep.
because I don't do that. If I have any problem, or if I, yeah, like that way. So all of
Fantastic.
us are going through this
Mhm.
lockdown. Yeah, all of us going through this lockdown, which nobody expected. Nobody expected.
Mhm.
I thought 2020 is going to be something great for all of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to achieve this. I want to achieve this. I want to buy that. I want to buy this. All this stuff. People had different types of, ambitions.
Mhm.
All things came down crumbling. But we will pick up. We will look the positive light at the end of the tunnel, like people always say.
Mhm.
So never lose hope. If we lose hope, what about others? So somebody has to. You have to. Like I said, for me, uh, having a role model is very important. I'm sure even
Mhm.
others will have role models of their own choices. So that is important. So look at your role models and then see during tough time how they manage all the stuff. Okay. So if you can come over any problem, that is that is good. That is good. So that is the kind of motivation you should have.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Money. It was, some great takeaways. Thank you so much for being the part of the Firefly Adda, and our congratulations and best wishes for you. Moving forward in terms of more accomplishments and achievements for the country. Keep our flag flying high. Is all that we can
Definitely.
actually say, and a big salute to you. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
the part of the Firefly Adda.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.